Welcome to episode 2 of the Strive Educators Chat. I'm Eric and Sarah, and we've got Levi Loofe from York joining us today. First of all, Levi, how are you doing with everything that's going on?
Kind of bored. I'm not used to having to stay home as much, to be honest.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on in at York High School and in the community of York. How things are going in the school district. Seems like every district's doing some form of remote learning, distance learning, something like that. So tell us a little bit about what the Dukes are doing.
So yeah, we are doing distance learning. We just got an email this week that they are only allowing 5 people in the school from starting Monday. So it's like 1 administrator, 1 janitor, 1 secretary, somebody from the counseling office, and then 1 teacher. And when you sign in, if there's a teacher there, you have to go home. You can't, or text them maybe and see if they'll leave. But so 5 people in the entire high school. I don't know about the other schools' rules, but I'm going to assume it's the same. The online learning is, I mean, you would think for someone who teaches technology, it'd be easy, but it's kind of more frustrating because I can't guarantee that all my kids have all of the programs needed for the classes that I teach, because I don't have any of the business type classes. I have all of the tech classes. So trying to find workarounds with Office 365 not being the same as most Office programs. There's always stuff that they don't have, trying to tweak assignments like that. It's definitely different. The Adobe stuff, like most kids have Chromebooks, so I can't even do a lot of stuff with that. So trying to find ways for things to happen has been the most frustrating. If I could, in other classes, you can just put stuff online and it'd be fine, but this is just different.
It's kind of like, let's go to YouTube school and have kids learn something new or something creative.
Well, so we have, it's like supplemental. We're getting to the point, I think, where we'll be able to actually like teach new things, but from the start, we weren't allowed to do anything new just yet. So we're working towards that. So once that happens, I'll be a lot more relieved to actually move forward with stuff. The most difficult thing is the certifications for like Microsoft Office. None of my kids can take that at home. I think they're working on trying to figure out how we can do that. But until I can teach new stuff and before Certiport figures out a way for us to, give kids that test to get certified, that's the main reason kids take those classes for me, is to be able to get certified in Office.
Yeah. Okay. So is there anything like specific that the York community is doing for your school and for the teachers?
That, to my knowledge, I don't know anything specific. I just know how great they've been with all the stuff that's been happening.
Yeah.
We sent out a form for parents to fill out, and I think we got a fair amount of responses, but then we wanted more in-depth answers. So basically we had a big Zoom meeting this week with all of our teachers and then split up into teams. And then we personally called the rest of the kids and or parents individually to be able to get answers on, do you have internet? Do you have this? What barriers do you have? Things like that. And I think by the end of today, we'll have almost all of the kids' answers filled out.
Yeah, good.
So how do you guys try to connect with the kids during this time? Is it a lot? Are a lot of kids able to do a Zoom call like this, or is it a lot of texting and phone calls, stuff like that?
I haven't personally used Zoom for anything. I know most of our teachers have. I've been trying to find assignments, and that's been my thing. We use Google Classroom. I already used Google Classroom before this to assign everything. So that was the main thing for me. But I also have a website that during the school year I already posted, like, I just called it a daily summary, basically what we did that day. So if a kid was gone, they could see. And it's a nice reminder for me that if someone asks me, hey, what did we do Tuesday? I can check and see. So they just go there and see what they're supposed to be doing. And that's their assignments basically.
Tell me a little bit more about that. That seems like something that maybe, so you were doing that well before all of this started to go down, right?
Using Google Classroom or my website?
Or the website with the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I just, went on Weebly before. I've done also Google Sites because they're both free. But I have a page that's about me, and at the top I kind of put office hours. So if a kid needed help, we could Zoom, and I could help them that way. Otherwise, I just have a page for each class, and it's just a bulleted list. Friday, March 27th, this is what we did, and then the next day. It's just now I kind of have it set up to go by week. Try to have this done by the end of the week because we can't really. No kid's going to sit at home for 8 hours straight doing work, and some other kids have responsibilities now that they're home. They have to teach their little kids, their little brothers or sisters, or help their parents around the house more. So you kind of have to not really lighten expectations, but just change how you expect things to get done and when.
Yeah, I like that. I really love that website. I think that's the first time I've heard a teacher say that they created a website as a resource for their kids.
Yeah.
I don't share anything on that. Like I don't have documents, but it's just a daily summary basically.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I'm going to jump in because Sarah and I have a really nice looking document about who's going to ask what question and when, but I want to jump to what is our last question next. Because I think it ties right into where you're at right there.
Yeah.
With everything that's changed, and you've done some stuff beforehand. Like, I like the website idea too for the recap. What do you think you will do differently in the future under the new normal? Because we're kind of upsetting everything about education right now, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think that you will kind of carry into what you've had to kind of throw together now that might carry into a more normal setting?
See, I don't know what the new normal is going to be because I don't know what after this, what happens with education, what they're going to expect as what we can be doing. Like, I think they'll understand that we can do more stuff online now. So I'm scared that part of the new normal will be less time with kids because that's kind of the main reason I got into education was to be around them. And I think most people would agree. And right now, I don't know if I'll even get to see kids that I coach this summer. Like maybe I won't even see kids till August, and it's frustrating. But I don't know what the new normal is going to be because I have no idea.
Yeah. Is there maybe one thing that sticks out that's a positive that could be a new normal?
I don't know about the normal, but the positive thing is I think our kids are learning how to adapt to situations, and hopefully that they'll be more confident in the future that I can attack the situation and it affected my life and completely flipped it upside down. So if the kids can get through this, and that's my thing, is they're going to be able to more prepared for the future. I've done normal stuff. I've done not normal stuff. I can do stuff online, which is, everyone says that's what life is going towards anyway. So it's probably just another barrier that kids have to figure out and get through, and they'll be better off in the future.
I was talking with some of our students yesterday on Zoom, and they were pulling out all these books that they were reading and these new things they were learning online, and they seemed like their spirits were pretty high for the most part. And so I started thinking about what I'm learning right now, and I could be learning way more than I am and using my time. So curious to know if you're reading any good books or if there's anything that you're learning.
For professional wise, I've had more time to get my college classwork up to date. And for nothing for teaching really, other than I'm learning more about Office 365 and definitely deciding that my personal feelings have always been that the Office is better than online version. And it is. I'm learning how to use it more. I've watched a lot of like coaching seminars. There's always things that we go to in person, but now they're just doing online. So I've been reading stuff on that. And then personally, since we just moved here into our house in December, I have been doing a lot of research on lawn care.
Nice.
I do not like our lawn, so I'm trying to get it better. We're going to put a fence in, and I'm trying to figure out all these ways how I can keep it nice and still have dogs and so I've put a lot of time into that.
Yeah, rightly so. I'd be doing the lawn too.
Mad respect for anybody that puts a lot of effort into lawn care. The good lawns look really good. I wish I had a little more time, but
I haven't even done any work yet. I've just been watching YouTube.
Right. Oh yeah, but it's mesmerizing, isn't it? Watching YouTube and just watching a dude like mow a yard is just like
I have his own green in the front lawn, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to follow up a little bit because I know, like you said, coaching wise, it's one thing to be a classroom teacher. You get an extra level as a coach of personal interaction with kids. How has we should be in the spring sports right now. We should be having a competition or two already under most kids' belt.
Yeah.
How has that adjustment, and I know the NSAA has moved official practices and competitions to at least May 1st. So knowing that you don't have anything official for over a month yet to go, if there's going to be anything, how do you process that?
So I don't coach a spring sport here at York. We were just getting everything ready for summer basketball. But the weird thing for me is like there's nowhere for kids to go if they want to shoot hoops. Like they can't come to the school and work out because one of York's things that even before this was no kids were allowed to be on campus, so they can't even come to the track and run. Most public places in town are shut down, so they can't go to anywhere to shoot hoops. And even when I was in Valentine, I've always noticed that like there's not just like a rec that's outside. Not a lot of parks have nice hoops with a court for kids to go. And here, the only one that I can think of is at the middle school. So I don't know in town where kids can go to get their own workout in. But the only thing I can think of is if kids are actually working on basketball, we should have some of the best ball handlers in the state if they're actually working, because that's all we can do is dribble.
Yeah.
Well, there's got to be positives that come out of it somewhere, right?
Shooting will be affected the most. If you don't shoot, you're going to get worse. And I know of a couple kids that every single day they were in the gym shooting at some point. And this is probably just killing them, not being able to come do it.
Yeah. Well, maybe basketball hoop sales are going up. They can throw one in their driveway or front yard or backyard or something. But
my buddy that teaches he teaches in Shelton, he sent me a Snapchat yesterday. He put up a basketball hoop and like half of the parts were missing, so he had to go find more. And he's like, this is not my skill set. But I finally got a video of his son shooting on it, so he must have got it out.
Oh man, yeah, I hear what you're saying there. That's tough.
All right. Well, that, Levi, is really all the questions that we have. So thanks for joining us on the Strive Educators Chat. And hopefully we brought a little value to other teachers and other school personnel that are going through this very strange time together and apart at the same time, right?